This one surprised me, I'm not gonna lie. To say that Saito Yuichi is down on his luck is a bit of an understatement. He's got no job, no money, no girl, and suicidal thoughts, so not so different from the average guy his age living in 2020. But his luck is about to change, for the worst, depending on how you look at it. He chose an abandoned building as a spot where he will finally end his life, but his luck is so bad that the building he chose was the scene of a very recent murder. So recent that the murderer is still in the building. Yuichi stumbles upon the corpse of the victim and picks up a gun that was near the body. At that moment, the murderer appears and tries to shoot Yuichi, but he shoots back. Instead of hitting anyone, the bullets hit each other, and that's where the strange shit starts. Yuichi wakes up to find that he is inside the body of the murderer, a respected police detective named Mitsumune Sakutaro, who also appears to be a deranged serial killer. Now Yuichi must avoid being caught by his fellow police officers while trying to get his real body back and figuring out if he even wants his real body back. His real body, by the way, is obviously possessed by the actual killer, which is another factor he will have to consider. This manga is incredibly short, the shortest manga I've ever reviewed, with less than 30 chapters, which means it has a lot less significant characters than your average story, but that has and does work in its favor. It allows the story to get straight to the point, and what a unique point it is. Which is to say, it's not that unique at all. Appreciate your own life, and if you're stuck in a rut, try to see things from a different perspective. This point has been done to death, but I've never seen it focused on to this extent before, and it is a very important lesson. The art is fantastic and the comedy is decent enough. Okay, it's not the funniest thing in the world, even when it's trying to be, but that's not the point of this manga. Also, the internal monologue recaps that happen at the start of the early chapters can go on for a while, a long while. Like I'm talking One Piece anime episode recap level long. But I don't think that's a deal breaker. Honestly, I personally think this whole manga is more of the killer story than it is Yuichi's. Kinda like how Infinity War was more of Thanos' movie. It feels like Yuichi just injected himself into this other person's story because he had a lesson to learn. Now, the three most interesting characters are Anne, Yuichi, and surprise surprise, Sakutaro. Anne is a victim of Sakutaro. Her parents were killed by him and it looks like she was about to be killed by him as well, since she was found in his murder dungeon as human leftovers. She is incredibly strong-willed, a trait stemming from her dark past, and she serves as a great support to Yuichi, as well as a catalyst in the story. Yuichi is the man that needs to learn many lessons. He has an incredibly low opinion of himself, but gets to learn more about himself while in someone else's body. Sakutaro is a looming villain throughout the story. He gives off a massive amount of malice in every single panel, and you never really know what he's going to do. In the end, Change the World is an X-rated after-school special.